I believe we are probably streaming live now. Yes. Okay. Yes, meeting is now streaming streaming live on YouTube. Welcome back to Before You Go. At the end of the day, a little something before you go. And this is new to YouTube. I've been doing it on Facebook Live for a couple of weeks now. And I love doing it. It's fun. And you guys get to see me say stupid stuff and make mistakes live. It's impromptu. And just a little background for you guys on YouTube who aren't familiar with what this is. My name is Susan Patang. I'm a certified life coach. My company is the Quiet Zone Coaching. And what I do is I help people who grew up in dysfunctional families learn the tools their parents never taught them so that they can deal with daily life, with stress, with frustration, with other people's drama, the BS of life, and learn how to wake up happy in the morning for a change. And why I decided to do this before you go at the end of the day, just for fun, I found online a whole year's worth of calendar that had all these different topics, one for every day of the year. So I figured, okay, well, what the heck? Why don't I don't even look at what they are beforehand. I just pull out the calendar and say, all right, today is, okay. Today, we're going to talk about how to stop seeking outside validation. And some of you may not know what that means. When you're behaving, yes, that's the dog. When you behave in a way that you're looking for approval for from other people, okay, you need to be validated. When you feel like you're not good enough unless somebody else says that you're good at whatever, that's needing outside validation. And the idea is that you want to do what psychologists call self-validate. Okay. So obviously validate yourself. Okay. So the way to do that, okay, so that what happens is when we are too needy with other people, it's a turnoff. Okay. How do you feel when somebody is constantly looking for a compliment or is always patting themselves on the back and they sound like they really need somebody to tell them how good they are? It's wearing, isn't it? It's tiring. So and people tend to avoid people like that. So what we want to do is we want to be able to self-validate and to feel good in our own skin without needing other people to tell us that we're good. Okay. And I know a lot of people say to me, well, it doesn't really matter what other people think. And that's true. It doesn't matter what other people think. But on a practical, pragmatic level, we still have to function in the world. Okay. We still have to be a part of the world. I'm reading this really cool book about social intelligence, and it's about 15 years old, this book, but it's really very good. And it talks about how we really need to we have a biological need to interact with other people. And when we do have positive interactions with other people and negative interactions with other people, it creates neural pathways in our brain. And that's something I'm really interested in, is that neural psychology. And in order to maximize our positive interactions with other people, we want to make sure that we are self-validating so that we don't come across as being needy or approval seeking or approval hungry, so that people will send us positive energy, for lack of a better word. So let's get into it and talk about how to do that. And it's really, the process itself is really not that hard. Building self-esteem and self-confidence as a whole can be a little more intricate. What I do with my clients is I sit down with them and we talk about negative core beliefs about themselves and about life in general and how to combat them and turn them around and reframe them. But when it comes to just not asking for validation from others, what you could do is just simply validate yourself on small levels all day long. Okay. And this is a really good self-esteem building exercise in and of itself. Okay. So what I'm talking about is, hey, I did a really good job with the food shopping today. I got everything that I needed. Give myself a round of applause and a pat on the back. I want you to do that for yourself all the time with the smallest of things. Hey, I made it through the store without getting angry at some of the crazy people that were in there. Round of applause, pat on the back. Talk to yourself like that constantly. Like, hey, I drove all the way to work and I didn't get angry, or I only got angry once. So for me, that's pretty good. Give yourself those rounds of applause and those pats on the back, and tell yourself, hey, you did a good job with that. Yes, you can create positive affirmations about big, huge, honking, wonderful things about you. But you know what? It's all those little things during the course of the day that build up into one big experience. And when you do that and you base those little positive self-talk sentences on real events that really happened, your subconscious can't fight you on it. You're not going to feel the effects of what's called a cognitive distortion, and that's when your subconscious tries to trick you into believing something is true when it's not. For example, like if you get a bad grade on a test, that doesn't mean you're stupid. It means you got a bad grade on one test. Okay. Just because your boss was angry at you for not doing whatever doesn't mean that you're a bad employee. It just means you forgot to do something. Okay. Just one time. It's not all or nothing. Okay. Making a mountain out of a molehill is another cognitive distortion. They call that the binocular trick. Or also conversely, making something that's very important into something that's minimal and dismissing it. That's the reverse binocular trick. There are a whole bunch of cognitive distortions. So your subconscious is going to try to argue with you. If you try to create self-talk, like I'm a smart person, or I'm a good person, or I'm a kind person, okay? And if you don't link that to a real behavior, your subconscious is going to laugh at you and sabotage you. So you want to link that positive self-talk to something that's real. And the best way of doing that is during the course of your day. Every time you have a wee little tiny win, no matter how small, give yourself that round of applause and a pat on the back. Okay. I'm a klutz. I will admit it. Okay. By being mindful in the moment, I have reduced my klutziness dramatically. Okay. But it's not all gone. Okay. So I put my coffee cup down and I paid attention and I didn't spill anything. All right. Good for me. Pat on the back. I held a door open for somebody today. I'm a kind person. Look what I did. I held the door open for somebody. I said something nice to a friend. Okay. Good for me. Okay. Pat yourself on the back, round of applause, and give yourself the positive reinforcement instead of seeking it from others. So that way you're not going to need it. If you're constantly saying, hey, I did a good job on that report. I got that work done in half the time I thought I was going to need to get it done. I did something nice for somebody else. Make sure you pat yourself on the back, give yourself a round of applause, create positive self-talk about all those little wins. Okay. And then you won't need to have outside validation from other people. And I hope that you're enjoying these little before you go live episodes on YouTube. And if you do, I am working with some clients. I have some openings for one-to-one clients. Again, I am a life coach. I teach people life skills that they need to overcome stress, that your parents didn't teach you, so that you can learn how to wake up happy in the morning. And that's what we all want, isn't it? Is just to be happy. So I can give you the tools that you need to wake up happy in the morning. How to do that? www.thequietzonecoaching.com. I will put a comment down at the bottom with the link on it again for you.